Hi guys, I'm just going to give you a tour of my aquarium. Here it is. So it's about a year and a half old. Took a long time for the tank to get mature, mainly because I started with no sand, and I finally started seeing some polyps extension. Well, they're not out right now, but here's one right there. But the only coral that's really been growing fast is this zoa right here. This was like 4 heads 6 months ago, and now there's probably about a few hundred. So this is another coral that's grown pretty well. It's a naughty spiral, I think. I do have some aptasias, but I got a bunch of peppermint shrimp. There's one right down here, if you could see it. Another one right there. Some zoas, milka styla, pink lemonade over here, WWC, yellow tips. Got a bunch of slime algae growing on it, so I actually have to take a toothbrush and clean that. Here's a closed loop. Yeah, there's a pump back here, pushes it to all 4 corners. Sea swirl here, and a sea swirl on the other side. This one right here, I don't really use it, but sometimes I could turn it on, and I have an attachment, and then I could power wash inside the tank, which is really useful. I also teed off a UV sterilizer right here. Yeah, I have 4 T5 lights, 60-inch, and then I have 3 Radions Gen 5. This light rack actually rolls out, and I still have to do the cabinetry around here on the top and on the bottom. So I built this frame because I want to use this wood right here. This is actually white oak. So here's what it's gonna look like. Let me take you guys downstairs. All right, we're downstairs. This is the sump area. So the water comes down from these 2 pipes into a filter sock. I have it hanging here on a chain. This makes it easy for me to replace it. I don't have to bend down or nothing. This lasts about 4 days, which is pretty good. It's a big one. I think it's like 16 by 7 or 8 inches. Then I have this protein skimmer, Reef octopus, and I have a bucket here. So I actually used this when I went on vacation, and I actually like using it now. It just gives me more time between cleans, but I like to clean this at least every 4 days, sometimes 7 days, but I think cleaning it every 3 days is much better. This is actually lanthanum chloride, fed via a dosing pump, Ecotech Versa pump. Because of the fish, the phosphates were out of control in this tank. They're off the charts, so I just have it going right into the skimmer body, and that actually helps export the phosphates out. All right, I have a bunch of live rock here. You can see I put a pump over there a few weeks ago, and I noticed my pH went up by from like 8.1 to 8.2. So now I just have it running continuously. This is the calc drip right here, and this is actually the emergency drain right here. But I also could tee it off to the sewage during water changes. So, and I usually just put a filter sock here, and I could actually just siphon water into a bucket and siphon all the detritus out of the tank without doing a water change. So that's cool. And I didn't want no electric outlets near the sump line, just in case of a water leak or anything like that. So I purposely built this structure which is actually the support. The tank is sitting right here, and it's sitting on this beam right here. So I beefed up the joist with 1, 2, 3, and 4, all the way at the end. So pretty much the tank is sitting on wood, on a beam, and I didn't want to take that to chance. So yeah, you can see I beefed it up here as well. And even all the way in the corner, this right here is where the tank sits, so I actually put the joist over there. And this is my control area. I keep it really simple. I have a controller, hydros controller. I actually got this because I've used it for years. I think it's the best thing you can get for a tank. So this is what I use to control the heat in the tank, but I also have one heater hooked up to the hydros controller. And this is my pump. It's a pond pump, Perea. It's actually really good. It's only uses 160 watts and it moves about 6,000 gallons at 0 head. So from my tank, it probably does about 1,300 gallons per hour at 160 watts, which is pretty impressive. There it is right there. I have a Chemi-Pure Carbon in there. That's the float valve for the ATO. And this is my 65-gallon drum for makeup water. And over here is my calc container. So I have another Versa pump and I have a 30-gallon drum for calc. So I just have this filled up of fresh water. That way I could just dump it into there, throw some calc in there, stir it, and close it up. This is airtight, so I don't have to worry about the potency of the calc getting depleted. What else? This is actually my quarantine tank for coral. It needs a major water change. There's no corals in there. Just a few damsels are in there right now, and a snail. So, and I have some peppermint shrimps in here, if you can see right there. You see them? I actually want to move them out of there, but I have to move all the rocks. So this tank is really simple. I just have a, I don't know how big that is. I think it's 15-gallon drum. Gravity fed here. I have a Ecotech Vectra pump, and there's a feeder there, and it's light Ecotech Radiant Gen 4, and I have some T5s here, but I'm not using them right now. The reason why I like this is away from that area, so it's very easy for me to fill this up and throw some calc in there without splashing on anything down there. So this is where I do all my testing, and I make fish food here. This is my RO DIY system. And this is a dehumidifier. It's pretty much hooked up to the sink. Put the light on here. So the good thing about this system is when I'm ready to make some water, I actually have it pretty much feeding everything I need. So here it comes up here, fills this bucket up, float valve, then goes all the way up here. Let's see where it ends up, right here. And this goes to this container, and then I actually have an extra one here, which if I'm doing water changes, I actually use a bucket right here, and this is for the calc container. Well, I'll show you what I usually roll out here. So this is where I do water changes. Well, this is what I used to do water changes. I actually have a backup pump here in case the one on the main display fails. I could use that one. So this is 265-gallon drums. Yeah, and these are on wheels. And when I'm ready to fill it up, I just turn this on. I have an attachment here that shoots like 10 feet, so I don't have to keep this close to the tank. All right, so yeah, I usually just fill it up right here, turn it on, fills up there within like 5 minutes, 120 gallons. Yeah, so calc wasser, boom, there, and to this area. All right, back to this section. So I also have another system here. This is actually a backup system. I need to get rid of it, so not really liking how it's looking right now. But yeah, it usually fills this thing up, but I need the one more float valve. So this is my system that I made 3.5 years ago when I moved. Unfortunately, I can't move everything without quarantining it because I have a bunch of astrina starfish, bryopsis, bubble algae that I do not want to add to the main display. So some of these corals aren't looking really good, but I'm worried if I take them out, dip them and clean them up, that they'll just die. So I might just need to do a big water change on this one. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.